I think it's time to get the preseason over with. We're in a situation where I thought we made some strides team-wise, defensively. I think we made some strides with our chemistry offensively. I like the chemistry of our team more than any team that I've had since I've been here. The togetherness. I think the continuity from the group last year has really flowed over into this year. But again, we still got to go play the game, and that's one thing that we're excited about doing tomorrow.
Have you written on a piece of paper anywhere of what you expect from this team at all? And
I've written my goals down. I was going to say, if you've been in my office or something, but I've written my goals down. But not to expect. One thing I know in my mind that's ingrained and burned in my mind, we've got to be a defensive team first. We've got to be a team that competes, that scraps, that fights. We're not going to out-talent anyone. We're not going to just go out and jack up threes over anyone. We got to out-scrap and out-fight everybody we go against, and that's what I have written down on a piece of paper in my mind.
One of those goes to playoffs?
I tell you what, here's my thoughts on that. If we do what we're supposed to do, play the game the right way, improve the way we should improve, we should be in the conversation. Now, whether we're going to make it or not, I can't sit here and say that. I don't know if anyone can stand and say that. That's fighting for those last spots. We're going to be scrapping and fighting. That's our goal. That's what you go into every season to have. But to sit here and say that we're a playoff team today, I can't honestly say that. But right now, I like where we are. I like the direction we're going. I like the chemistry.
Sai said since the first day he looked at the schedule, particularly the first month, he hasn't looked again. I know you have some familiarity with tough schedules to start the season. Do you think this team's better equipped mentally to deal with it?
Well, our schedule is tough. Again, I don't know. I think we are. I know our first five are. But, again, the schedule is what it is. It's brutal. We play Miami. I go right down the list. Boston's everybody's talking about Boston rebuilding. Boston has some prideful veterans on their team that's going to come out and scrap and fight. So there's no gimmies on the schedule. But, again, I don't think our schedule is as brutal as it was last year at the first month. But it's no joke. So we got to be mentally prepared to face adversity. That's a part of being mentally tough, is facing adversity and looking it in the eye and accepting it and accepting the challenge of the first part of the season. And that's what it's about, being a winner. I go back to when we won at Dallas. We lost 9 games in a row. I mean, that's no joke. We definitely weren't thinking about playoffs, thinking about championship. But, again, we faced adversity and fight through it. And if you want to be a winning team, you have to fight through something. You have to go through something. And that's the challenge of our young team.
How vital is that continuity then?
It's huge. It's because they know each other, terminology. They've been through the foxholes together, so it's important that those guys have a familiarity with each other and know what each other is going to do in certain situations.
There was obviously a lot of adversity last year. How do you avoid a start like the one you guys?
Well, again, I think the togetherness that we had, the familiarity. JV's not a rookie. I think is a huge part of that. We have Rudy coming in, going through training camp. Kyle's not coming in new. So the familiarity helps so much in that situation where guys are not trying to fill each other out, not knowing where to be, what to do. Now, we may come out tomorrow night and look like we don't know what we're doing, but at least we've proven it here in preseason and in practice that we have a good idea of what we should be doing.
There were times last year where it looked like Kyle and Rudy couldn't play on the same team together on the floor at the same time.
Steve, do you have a brother?
I did.
They're just. I'm sorry. They're just like two brothers. They go at each other, but they're best friends. They would fight for each other, And I think that's probably what you saw. But they can definitely play together. There's no question with that. Again, our first group is pretty well tied together. Chemistry defensively, chemistry offensively. Now we got to do it when the popcorn is popping. But what you probably saw is like two best friends, maybe having a word with each other, but nothing ever serious. And I don't think nothing's ever going to come between those two.
How big a year is this for you?
Every year's big. Every year's big. For every coach in the league, in coaching, whether it's college or pros, I take my job very seriously, every possession seriously, every game seriously, every practice seriously. So I wouldn't say that it's any more important than it was last year, my first year here, or my last year in Dallas. And I can honestly say that because, again, I want to win. And whatever it takes to win, prepare to win, I'm going to do it, whether it's this year, last year, tonight, tomorrow. So nothing changes for me.
You're obviously confident in the starting five. What's your biggest concern with the bench?
That's a good question. Letting one of those point guards emerge. I'm trying, it's right there for them. DJ's got the first crack at it. He's a veteran. He's been there before. He played in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. But you got two young kids who are hungry and driven, and Julian and Dwight Bikes that are nipping on their toes. So I hope for one of those guys to emerge, and believe me, whoever's best for the team, I don't care who it is, to step up. DJ is going to have the first crack at it because I respect him. He's a veteran player. So that's the major concern. Landry's who he is. We know who he is. Tyler Hansborough is who he is. We're very happy. Terrence Ross. Those three are pretty well set as those backup guys.
Do you need sort of certainty for that backup spot, or can you just roll with the
No, we're gonna go. We're gonna let them. It's gonna be fluid here until they figure it out. I mean, it's up to them. I can throw any one of the three in there, but again, which one is best for the team? Which one is going to help us get to where we want to go?